Hello, Martha Krejci here. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. We are going to talk about, I have the title. Oh, this is ridiculous. I don't want to say the title wrong. I'm just kidding. Where is it? Isn't this ridiculous, you guys? How to overcome fear of doing live video. Do you see the irony there? Did you catch that? Don't a lot of people, whenever they start doing live video, they're like, I have to get it perfect. I have to get it right. Right off the bat, I didn't know the title, okay? You guys, it's all right. It's going to be okay, I promise you. So we're going to get into that here in just a second. First things first, if you are watching this on the YouTubes, do make sure that you click on the subscribe button and also the bell so you get notified when new videos come on. Not only because I'm going to teach you stuff that actually helps you in your business, but shoot, you might win something. You might win something. Here's how that goes. Subscribe to YouTube, comment on YouTube videos, share the YouTube videos and tag me in it when you share. And then one time a week, or one person every week, we choose to win something. So there's that. So not only is it that you're going to win in your business and that you're going to win in your impact in the world, right? And that you're going to win in your income and being able to do what you want to do in life. Not only that, but you might win something cool like a coffee mug. I'm just saying, right? Okay, let me get out of here. So one thing that we are doing right now, if you're watching this live, what we're doing right now is the Go Live with Rocket Boosters Challenge. Today is the very first day of it, okay, you guys? This is why we're going to be talking about live video. We're going to talk about live video all this week, all right? So the next 5 videos that I do are all going to be about live, going live. Make sure that you're in my group, though, so you actually get the action steps and the things that are going to move you forward. Make sure that you're in the group so you can get that too, okay? So the link to my group is in the description of this video, okay? Go ahead and join the group. You will see the posts as they come out. So now let's get into it. Hey, I see you guys. Good morning. Hey, Carrie, Colleen, Nicole, Tara. Man, good morning to all of you guys. Martina, good morning. Jill, you look amazing. Aw, shucks. I appreciate you guys so much. Cindy, Martha, coffee mugs are the best. They really are. I'm not going to lie. They have cork on the bottom of them, so even when you dribble and spill, the cork catches it. I don't know. It's like they're made for people that are like me, right? Because I do dribble a little bit, sometimes a lot. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about today. So, how to get over being afraid to do live videos. We're going to get real here, okay? So, first of all, make sure that you have your notebook. Second, make sure that you're actually present with me. Okay, this isn't something that you're like, I'm just going to kind of watch her. Let's be present today, right now, just for the next few minutes, okay? Because this is going to change your world and change the way that you show up in it, okay? And that's the best thing that could possibly happen. So, things that we need to understand about going live is that you're not going to be amazing the first time that you do it, okay? I've been doing it since Facebook Live began, okay? The very first time that I did a Facebook Live was when there was a flood. I lived in Cedar Rapids, Iowa at that point. There was an impending flood, and the city had flooded like crazy before, and the flood was coming, right? And as the water was rising, Facebook Live just started. And what I used it for, you guys, wasn't for my business or anything like that. What I used it for was I was going around to the different places that you could sandbag. If you live in an area that floods, you know what sandbagging's all about. The community gets together and sandbags, like fills bags of sand and then puts them in, around buildings and things like that to create a blockade so the water doesn't get into those places. Well, it takes a massive effort to do so. So in order to do that, they had different sandbagging locations all over the city, trucks bringing in massive mounds of sand, people with bags and just filling them up with shovels, taking them away and then sandbagging their homes or businesses or whatever, right? Well, we were sandbagging for like what seems like forever, but it was like a week, I think. and we were sandbagging ourselves. But what I was doing was I was going live in our truck as we were driving around. I was going live and saying, okay, so I was just at this sandbag location at these streets. They just ran out of sand, you guys. Make sure you don't go there and you go to a different location. And then whenever I found a place that had sand, I would say, okay, guys, this is the location that has the sand now. So you see what I was doing? I was cutting my teeth on Facebook Live, but I was doing it for a purpose. I was doing it so people were actually good in our town. And the whole reason for that is those sandbagging locations that were running out of sand, people were still going there and the traffic was atrocious. And so you'd get stuck in a line waiting for something that didn't even have sand. And so I was trying to mitigate that traffic for the entire city. And I was doing that via Facebook Live. Was I great? No. Did I care? No. Because I was there with a job, with something that I was doing, with a way that I was giving back, and I was showing up, and it didn't matter what I looked like. Quite frankly, it didn't matter what I looked like. It didn't matter what I sounded like. It didn't matter if I stumbled over my words. My point was still clear. And so what I want you guys to understand through this is that what we need to be doing whenever we're going live, the best way to overcome fear is purpose. Go ahead and write that down. The best way to overcome fear, friends, is purpose. When you can connect with, Simon Sinek likes to call it, what is your why? If you haven't read Simon Sinek's book, What is Your Why? Get on it. Okay. It's fantastic. It's a great book. But what we need to understand is what drives us. What is our main operative? What is the thing we really are looking to do in our lives, in our customers or our clients' lives, in the world? What are we really looking to do, you guys? If you were to ask Mike and I, we're ending poverty. The way that we're ending poverty is we're teaching families how to be able to create high profit margin businesses from home, utilizing stuff they already know. Showing them how to be able to monetize what they already know and then live in service to their people and show them how to be able to grow audiences of people that they love, right? And that love them back, and building a loyal audience. That changes the entire world at scale. And so that's what we're doing. That's our why. Now, what is your why? Because my why of ending poverty and of making the family indestructible, the family unit indestructible, bringing parents back home with the kids, right? Not losing touch with each other, not forgetting what life is really about. That's my why. And so if I don't show up, that why isn't being served. And so you're darn tootin' I'm going to be showing up. So even when I was recording the reality show, did I show up? Yes. I pre-recorded that stuff and then I answered comments whenever I could. I showed up regardless. And that's my why, that's my purpose driving that. It's not like, I wonder how many people are going to join my stuff. It's how many people am I going to impact with this video? How many people are going to share this video and let it impact other people? That's what matters to me, and that's what helps me show up. And I believe everybody at their core has that piece, because I believe this is what we're made of. We're made of the desire to serve, quite frankly. Why does it feel so good to give something to somebody else rather than receive it? It still feels good to receive stuff. I like presents. It feels better to me to give. And I'm not the only one. This is how we're made. So why is it like that if we aren't here to serve? It's a big question, right? It really makes you think about, gosh, maybe life isn't what I thought it was, right? Maybe things can be so different for me if I just tap into why I'm here. Maybe the way that I show up in my business If you have your own home-based business, if you create courses, if you're a coach, if you're in network marketing, I don't care where you're at doing your home-based business, but maybe if you show up in your business in this way, gosh, can you see how things would be so different? Can you see how you're not saying, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, but you're rather saying, this is the mission, here's what I'm doing, here's how I'm doing it, now let's go. Now, that doesn't address fear, so let's address that, okay, you guys? So whenever we're talking about fear of going live, it's typically got something to do with a fear of what somebody else is going to think about you showing up. And it's actually different than that. It's fear of what you think people will think about you showing up. You understand how those aren't the same thing, right? You believe somebody thinks a thing about you, not somebody thinks a thing about you. Okay? It's only the way that you're seeing it. It's the way that you're afraid that they're going to think about you. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be doing these videos. All these people are going to make fun of me. Blah, blah, blah. We go into our elementary, our younger years. We go into that fear of standing out. We go into that fear of being made fun of. We go into that fear of like, oh my gosh, oh, I'm going to show up on this camera and people are just going to be like, she's such an idiot. And then they're going to move away. They're going to hate me forever. And they're going to tell all their friends. None of those things happen, okay? None of those things happen. I'm going to tell you one thing real quick. A lot of times people aren't even paying attention. That's a trick you're going to learn here later in the challenge, is that a lot of people aren't paying attention what we do in order to get them to pay attention. Okay? So understand that as you're first starting out, there's a lot of people, they're not paying attention anyway. They're not sitting around waiting for you to trip on your shoelaces, land on your face, and then make fun of you for it. They're not doing that. What happens, you guys, is this. Whenever you show up, you're giving other people, first of all, you're giving other people the ability to show up as well. You're changing the world just by showing up. There's that, all right? So if that doesn't motivate you, I don't know what will. You're changing the world simply by just showing up. But the cool thing is that when you show up and then you consistently show up over and over and over and over again, the cool thing is the messages you're going to start getting from people. And it doesn't take long. You're going to start getting messages from people, your people, not your people. Your people are going to start sending you messages about how you're helping them in their own life. If you do the things that I'm talking about, you will start to experience this, and it does not take long at all. And I'm telling you, that will feed you to continue going and continue going and continue going. And I'll show you how to help it grow your business and all of the things. That's what I do, right? But understand, first and foremost, the important thing is impact. And here's the kicker. If you don't show up, if you aren't doing video, then your people aren't going to be able to be changed by you. Because if I weren't showing up, there are thousands of people that would no longer be, or that wouldn't be, creating their home-based business from home. They wouldn't be creating their home-based business and creating a life that is sustainable for their spirit and that they love doing and showing up in service and making money and creating a whole new life for their family and then showing their kids how to show up in this way that is so massively different than what the grand narrative teaches us, right? Thousands of people wouldn't be doing that if I didn't show up. So yes, you're one person, but in what I teach you, you're one person that can help impact many people. Our goal is 1 million families impacted by us by 2026. It's a big goal, and it's going to happen. So what is your goal, right? That's what we're getting into here, you guys. So there's going to be a post in the group. Make sure that you join the group. If you're not in the group yet, the link to the group is in the description of the video. So the day one post will be popping up today. So make sure that you're in there. Okay. If you're watching this video later, just check the guides section. It'll all be in there. Okay. It'll be under the same name as the challenge itself. So Go Live with Rocket Boosters is the name of the live. If you are not yet in HBR, I'm going to extend an invitation to you. Okay. There are massive things happening in HBR. HBR is my program. Home-Based Revolution is what it stands for. It's where I teach you how to be able to create the home-based business with high profit margins. Okay? What that means is that you're making 85 to 95% profit margins from home. That frees you up to do whatever you want to do, guys. And everybody can do it because you're utilizing stuff you already know. And you might be like, Martha, I can't market things that I know. Like none of this stuff is marketable. Why don't you let me decide that? Okay? Because I can show anyone how to be able to do this. I don't care who you are. I enjoy a challenge. Okay? This is something every single person can do. Just because you can't see it isn't strange. Most people can't see what they're amazing at. Okay, most people can't see what they can monetize. It's one of my special gifts that I have, and it's what I do in HBR, okay? So make sure that you, if you're not in yet, at least have a chat with me because I'm making it half off for this challenge, okay? So you would reach out to Livin the Dream with Martha, which is my Facebook business page. Message me the words case study, rainbows and unicorns, challenge, whatever you want to message me. Makes no difference. We'll have a chat. I'll give you the details of the program. You're in or you're out. Remember, it's half off right now. Also remember that most people, if they say that they're out, they'll come back within 6 months and say, I wish I would have done this earlier. So there's that. You guys, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.